Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and this YouTube video is going to be about my April reads. So it's going to be my review on all the books I read in April, and so here we go. For my first book that I read in April, the prompt was a new to me author, and the book that I chose was Caraval by Stephanie Garber. So here's all the things about Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I read 406 pages of this book. I also read the book from April 12th to the 13th. So it took me 2 hours each day. So I would say it took me like a day to read. The Goodreads rating is a 3.97. It has 917,688 ratings on Goodreads. It also has 114,394 reviews. 41,388 people are currently reading the book. Here are the components that created my rating. So for plot, character, writing, pacing, world/setting, enjoyment, and relationships, I gave the book 5 stars for each. So my overall rating is 5 stars. Here is my review of the book. Caraval. I loved this book as soon as I read the synopsis years ago. I finally got to buy it, and it did not disappoint me in the slightest. I loved every single character, even though some of them frustrated me, and I loved the tale of the two sisters, Donatella and Scarlet. Yes, there is romance, but it's very small and barely noticeable, and it doesn't drive the plot forward necessarily. It's more about the journey of Scarlet trying to save her sister, Donatella, and I love Scarlet, and she's a flawed character, and her arc was small, but she still made a good change, and I like that. I love Scarlet, and I cannot wait to read Legendary to see Donatella's point of view for the second Caraval that's going to take place. I also yelled the author's name, Stephanie, so many times because so many points in this book just shook me. Like, I was crying, I was laughing, but most of all, I was just like not even frustrated, but confused in a way, but it was in the best way possible. And I love this author. I can't believe it took me so long to read this book. And Stephanie is unbelievable, and I love her, and I love the series so far. So reading the second book is going to be a blast. Now it's time for my second book of April. The prompt that I had picked from the TBR jar was Free Range. And for Free Range, the book that I chose was Legendary by Stephanie Garber, the second book of the Caraval series. Legendary by Stephanie Garber has 443 pages. I read the book from April 20th to the 21st, so it took me like 2 days to read the book. The Goodreads rating is 4.09 stars with 480,594 ratings, 59,786 reviews. 25,085 people are currently reading. And for my rating of the book, I did the plot 4.5 stars, character, writing, pacing, world/setting, enjoyment were 5 stars, and relationships were 4.5 stars. So my overall rating is 4.75 stars. Here is my review. Reading Caraval, then reading Legendary, I prefer Donatella's point of view more than I do Scarlet. The writing in this book is amazing, and I love how Stephanie writes. She can take an idea and make you want to be in that place. I would love to go to Caraval and participate. That's how good Stephanie wrote this place and all that you do in it. I love the character introduction of Jax, and I cannot wait to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series for more of his story and point of view. I love Dante so much in this book too. He is one of my favorite characters. There were many twists in the story which were predictable but still so fun discovering them. I love this book so much. I'm so excited to read the last book in this series, which is Finale. I give this 4.75 stars. Now it's time for the third book I read in April. The TBR prompt that I picked was a book that's between 300 and 440 pages, I think. And so the book I prompt is Tangled Up In You by Chrstina, which has 309 pages. I read the book from April 25th to the 27th, so it took me 2 days to read it. The Goodreads rating is 3.89. It has 44,718 ratings, 7,080 reviews, 2,646 people are currently reading, 107,493 people want to read the book. And for plot, characters, writing, pacing, world/setting, enjoyment, and relationships, I gave it all 5 stars, so my overall rating for this book is 5 stars. Here is my review. This is the perfect Tangled movie retelling ever. I love the writing, and the slow burn of the relationship between Ren and Fitz was amazing. This book hit every major plot point that's in the movie Tangled, and the way that Chrstina Lauren modernized it and made it into something original was really good and was a highlight of the book, and I think it's one of their best books yet. And there's so much to say about the book, but I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, so just know that this book is good and you should try it out, and I hope you like it. And like I said, I think this is my favorite Chrstina Lauren book I've ever read. I love the movie Tangled, and Rapunzel is one of my favorite Disney princesses, so I might be a little biased, I don't know, but overall I really enjoyed the book. And yeah, that was my review on Tangled Up In You. Next up, we have my reading stats of the month of April, and I had 1 book in a 5-star range, 2 books in a 4-star range. I DNF 0 books. My average rating for this month was 4.75 stars. I read 3 books. The shortest book was Tangled Up In You by Chrstina Lauren. The longest book was Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I read 158 pages this month. And my favorite book of the month was Tangled Up In You. Alright everyone, that is all of my review of April and my reading stats. So I read 3 books this month. Again, Caraval by Stephanie Garber, Legendary by Stephanie Garber, and Tangled Up In You by Chrstina Lauren. The song of the day of this video is from Sabrina Carpenter's album Singular Act 1, and it's called Sue Me, and I'm going to have the video up here in the card, on the screen, and in the description. So thank you all for coming here. I love you all. Have a great week, whatever. Next up is my May TBR, and I know this video is late, but it's better late than never. I love you all. Bye!